morning, guys. It is January 8th, 2021. This one here I got a call from a guy. I don't think I've ever worked for him before. He wants me to go by and do his yearly service on his boiler, oil fire boiler, and he's also got a indirect water heater, which is an Amtrol one, and he says it's humming. I told him I'm not a big fan of the Amtrol. I'm not a big fan of the Amtrol storage tanks. The coil's like in the bottom of the thing, up underneath. And he said the thing's humming. So I said it sounds like it's the control's bad, or a transformer. That's usually it makes that humming noise. And he says it's been replaced, and it's a replacement. And he talked to the people over there, and he says that it's
turn right on Mount Pleasant Street.
It's not the control, from what the guy says at Amtrol about. I mean, I told him, well, call back the guy who put it in. Oh, it's been a couple of years and he can't get a hold of the guy or whatever, I don't know. So we have to be careful with shit like that. You get involved with some of this stuff, and it's, you know, it's been under warranty and it's already been changed, and the next time it's not under warranty, and we'll go scope it out. Told him I'm no miracle worker. You want a miracle worker, you call the guy from Nazareth. Can you walk on water? Can you walk on water, Molly? Huh? Can you walk on water? No? Can't? Anyway, we'll go over there and give that thing a once over, I guess. And he said it's not all full of soot, so that's good. It's usually the first thing I ask them when these guys call me for a cleaning. Is it all full of soot? Oh yeah. It's like, well, I'm too busy. Too busy to do that one. How much? How much is it going to cost me? How much is it going to cost me to clean a unit? It'll only be 20 bucks, you know. You should be able to service that unit for 20 bucks. No more than $22. Anyway, we'll try to get you some shots.
You can hear it upstairs more than you can hear it down here. It hums only when you're calling for hot water.
I don't think it's coming from that. It might be the circulator, maybe.
No, I only hear it when it's calling for hot water, for whatever that's worth. I don't hear it when the heat's on. You know.
There's transformers there. Maybe one of them are humming. Did you get up there and check them? I would think that's probably...
Like I said, it only happens when I'm calling for hot water.
Yeah, let's look at the
I mean,
tank.
it sounds like you're grinding. It's that kind of sound.
Really?
Yeah.
This all looks decent, I guess. We gotta inspect this stuff. You know, we don't want any problems. This tank looks fine.
Yeah, so everything here is 20 years old, except the hot water tank.
You want to turn the hot water on and we'll see?
Yep.
Kind of curious. You got a ladder down here that I could get up to those?
I have an aluminum ladder. It's not very sturdy.
Well, I just like to get up there and just see if that's where the noise is coming from. If you got an aluminum ladder,
I have a little
yeah,
one.
A little one that I could.
Is this big enough?
You said this thing's been replaced. It looks new.
Yes, it was replaced probably about 5 years ago.
Now, as it started after they replaced it?
Yeah,
noise.
It didn't start immediately.
It didn't start immediately.
No. And I think that the
oh, this is one of those QB burners. Juan McLean. I got pots for them.
Alright, let me get the hot water.
He's gonna turn the hot water up. I don't hear anything crazy here. I don't hear anything humming. That's a hummer.
Probably a year and a half ago, maybe.
It'd be this head here.
It was happening before it got replaced too.
Was, yeah.
Yeah. I had somebody here before trying to figure this out,
And what'd they say?
they basically couldn't figure anything out.
When you're saying you hear,
It cost me about $700 to find out that they couldn't figure anything out.
700.
Yeah, it was a big bill.
They must have changed the control. They must have changed the control and everything then. If
Well, that controller, I know what's wrong with that. That
I want to hear the noise you're talking about. You know.
I want to hear it. Oh, okay, so
So you could really hear it loud.
you can hear it upstairs.
And it comes from this area, you think? You're not sure.
It's not going to do it today. Usually when it's doing that is when I hear it, but you can hear it upstairs more than you can hear it here.
Is it only in the shower, or is it all throughout the whole house?
It's throughout the house.
So it's not.
When we're laying in our bed, we can hear it.
Yeah, but what's running for the hot water? And when it calls for hot water?
Yes. Nobody's using the hot water at that time. Whenever it goes to heat up the hot water, it's doing it.
And you could hear it upstairs vibrating.
Yeah. I can't believe it's not doing it right now.
And you said the zone valve's been changed, right?
The zone valve for that's been changed, yes.
Unless the body's in backwards.
This was changed for a different reason, but this
No,
thing was
the bodies are all in properly. The arrows are all
I
right.
didn't do this before when the old tank was in there.
It didn't.
And it started after a while. It didn't start right away. Let me see if I can.
Well, it's definitely. Let's see if it's calling. Yeah, it's definitely going out. It's definitely going out hot. So go up there and see if you can hear it. Can you hear it? Valve's in the top where it belongs. System. Oh, great. It is?
You can hear it.
I don't think it's got anything to do with the controller. It might be something in the piping.
Well, I mean, that's a possibility. But if you put your ear to that, you can hear it. So it could be anywhere in the system. I guess that's just an amplifier. But
So you're upstairs in bed, you're not running no hot water.
Correct.
And it's making the noise.
doing that noise, but it's loud up there. And it's only when that thing is calling.
Yeah, I don't hear no flipping noise down here. I'm not hearing the noises.
You can hear it in here. If you put your ear right to this thing, you can hear it.
I don't know, guy. I mean, I'm not hearing no humming noise that you're talking about. Once this thing gets up to limit, it should shut off.
Put your ear on that right, you can hear it right now. But you have to have your ear on it. Upstairs we can hear it. It's probably in the pipes.
And what damn trolls say?
They basically said, it's got to be something in the rest of your system. They weren't very...
What are you running upstairs for hot water?
Well, I just turned them off. But
You got everything shut off upstairs.
Yeah, I had them all running just a minute ago.
don't hear nothing crazy. I mean, you're saying it's vibrating, but
Well, it sounds
I don't-
like a
I don't-
buzz saw upstairs sometimes.
sounds
It's
like a
almost
what?
like somebody's grinding metal. And I know down here you can't hear it as much.
Unless it's a circulator. Put your ear to that. Here, listen to that.
Yeah, I don't know.
How about if I do
I hear
this?
it more there, but
How about if I disconnect the circulator and we'll turn it back on and let it run like it's calling for heat? It will still try to heat, but it's not going to circulate through.
If it's not calling for water, I don't hear it.
Know what I'm saying? It's possible that it's that circulator that you're hearing.
Well, that's what I was thinking, but wouldn't you hear this if you had the heat on? And I don't. I only hear it when I have the hot water calling.
Well, why don't we disconnect this and have the hot water calling, right? But it's not going to be going through the system.
Right.
I mean, I could
yeah,
kind of hear that vibrating. You know what I'm saying?
I can hear it a little. But
How do you know that it's the hot water and not the heat?
well, because it's when that's calling for on. When that's on. When no heat is on, it's doing it.
You sure?
Yes. I mean, that's what I've seen. Put it that way.
That's
Now,
what you,
How
do you know it's not? How do you know it's not when the heat's calling? You're guessing here, no? Could you be be like kind of like maybe thinking it's that, but it's this?
But it's all the time when that's running. Put it that
But
way.
when that runs, this runs also.
Correct. I know that. No, I,
So,
I do know that. It could
Any
be-
one of those 4 zones call, this circulator's
No,
going to run.
I get it. But the thing is, when the heat's on and that's not, it doesn't do it. That's what I'm saying. I am guessing because that's the only thing. That's the only time I hear it is when I see that.
Yeah.
When the heat's on and that's not on, it doesn't do
If
it.
you're asking me what I think,
Yep.
I'm thinking that it's possible that it's the circulator that you're hearing, because that's the. I don't see anything else that's going to make major noise here.
Yep.
If I shut this off, does that shut off? No. Oh yeah, it shuts off also.
So, I mean,
If you're saying it's this control,
No, I'm not saying it's
if I
control.
disconnect this,
I don't
right?
think it's the controller. I think it's something in the hot water calling. Now, it could be this, and the fact that
It could be something in your coil that when the water's running through the. But you're saying that you got nothing working upstairs because you're in bed and it's still making the noise.
Well, it's calling for hot water.
The only thing that's be calling for hot water is a circulator,
Correct.
and these heads, which you changed the heads.
Yes, the heads have been changed.
So
This has not been changed.
I'm thinking that it's possible that it's that, and you got antifreeze in the system here too.
Yeah,
right?
I think it's not in there anymore. I think that they drained it.
Did they?
They drained it, and the last time that they tried to figure this out,
They purged
and
it. Yeah.
they purged it and they put just regular water in. I thought that it could be this too. I just kept on thinking that if it was that, when it called for heat, it would do it too, but maybe not, because that's like a big.
No, that
it's
could
like a
be
big
too.
amplifier.
Don't forget now, the way this piping is, it's shorter than throughout the house.
Right.
It's possible that this is shorter, and the way this is, maybe that.
I like your idea of disconnecting this, because if we're
With disconnecting that, it's not going to circulate the
Right,
water.
I
though.
agree.
But then if that control's bad,
I don't
right?
think it's the controller. I think
If
it's
we
some-
disconnect this, and then if that control's still bad, you're going to hear it. That just it's coming from the control. You're going to hear
I
it.
don't think it's the controller. I don't think it's the controller, because they supposedly fixed the problem with the controllers. They did have that problem at one time. According to Amtrol, that's not a problem.
Man,
anymore.
I could put a 007 circulator in here, and
No, it could be the circulator. I mean, I had thought that too.
because usually once everything's shut off, the humming noise would come from like a transformer.
Yeah, it's
You'd
not
hear
like a- it's not like
that there, or this control here, or it could be like if you have a doorbell upstairs, sometimes them will hum
No,
too.
I know, they got the 60 cycle hum, yes. I'm an electronic, so I kind of know all about that shit. What I don't know is about plumbing. and it's not a 60 cycle hum. It's almost like you're grinding with a metal grinder.
I would think that it's that, because when this is calling, that's running, you know, it might be a smaller loop,
No, I agree.
right? And it's making, even there's some kind of vibration noise through there, it's a possibility.
Yeah, I agree. So how do we
Well, I could
figure
change
that
it. I'd have to drain it down and change it. I mean, you want to change the circulator?
Where will that go?
You're talking 125 for the circulator plus my time. You know?
It's 20 years old. They usually go?
Well, it's still working now, but you're complaining about a noise.
Yes, correct.
So that's a whole different issue. A vibration noise you're complaining about. I'm trying to figure it out here before you start spending. I don't want to charge you another $800 for nothing here, you know?
I get it.
No, it's possible that any kind of humming noise, I mean, it could be.
It's not an electrical hum.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. It could be it could be,
Electrical hum, you'd hear that sucker. When I came down here, if it was humming, you'd hear it.
You would hear it right here.
You'd hear it.
Yeah,
You'd hear it.
this
I mean,
thing,
I'm
this
pretty.
thing is almost like somebody's got a grinder to metal. It's that sound, like it's vibrating in all the pipes. You know, that kind of thing. It could be that. Who knows?
Let me your options. Alright, so we're going to drain it. Right out there. I'm going to check this pressure. It's a little high. Get these all off. I'm going to change the circulator. Some valves are all off up there, I believe. No, you got plenty more. You want some more?
Yeah.
Go ahead, pull it out. Go ahead. Get it out there where I could give it the old how you doing. That's good. That's good. There's no antifreeze in the boiler. No pressure. Oh no, we got 20 pounds in there, so that should be fine.
That's fairly new too. That thing's only a couple of years old.
Alright, we'll change our circulator out. This is pretty much the only thing that hasn't been changed, right?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I'm not going to be soldering a flipping control board out in the field.
Yeah, correct.
Be one thing if, you know, it was a holiday weekend and you couldn't get one or something, maybe, but...
Right, I was thinking that I would fix it just in case something went wrong, but an engineering technician, electronics technician.
Who was the other last burner guy you had working for you?
It was Broder.
Oh, okay.
This is a piece of shit. And it's like Wild McLean. I don't think it's a piece of shit. I mean, I could be wrong, but
Yeah, I agree with him.
really, is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Pretty much.
That really, I didn't know.
I'm not a big fan. Myself, I'm not a big fan of them, you know? They're not the greatest boiler as far as cleaning.
What's a
and
good boiler?
if you're asking me if Well McLean's the best, I'm saying no.
No. I'm asking you if I ever wanted to replace one.
I'd go with either a Peerless. The New Yorkers are pretty decent.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm thinking about building another house, so I mean,
I wouldn't.
I would definitely not get another Amtrol.
No, I definitely wouldn't get another Amtrol. I'd go with a stainless. The problem is the coil's up in the bottom of that thing, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not
So
good.
what's a good hot water maker?
They got some nice ones that are all stainless steel.
They used to be stainless steel.
They're all stainless steel coil. They're the ones I like to use. So we're on the return. We're coming back on the return. Let's make sure that's in right. Yeah, it's coming down. That's what we want. Let's hopefully this fixes it for you, right?
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice.
And if it's not this, obviously,
it's something to do with the tank.
It's something to do probably inside the piping as possible. I mean, maybe the way that the coil is or something, because, well, you're saying it's not doing that because you're not using any water. You said you're in bed.
Yes, right. Well, we're not. I mean, it's calling for water.
So it's circulating through.
Correct.
That's why I'm thinking that it's possible that it's this.
Yes.
Because when it's calling to heat up, I mean, then it's, and it could be that the just the loop, the way the loop is smaller or something.
I was just thinking that because this tank it's hollow, it's a big freaking echo chamber.
Well, there is a coil in there.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking is, as the water's running through that coil, it's possible that it's some kind of the way it's made. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah. It wasn't.
That other circular was kind of making a lot of. I thought it was making a lot of noise.
Okay. I mean, you do with this every day. I mean, I was listening to that before and saying, I wonder if it could be this, but I don't know anything about heating systems, you know, so I'm just guessing. I wish I did, but I don't. That's why they have experts, and I'm not one of them.
I'm an expert, all right. All right. Let's fill it with water first. See me on YouTube.
Yeah. So you do regular plumbing as well?
Yeah. Plumbing, heating, air conditioning. Pretty much all the same, you know.
Do mini splits?
I do some. What kind of house is it?
It's a colonial.
You better off putting a unit up in the attic, blowing it down. Cool the second floor off from the attic.
Yep.
And a couple of drops down to the closets to the first floor, and you'll be done. I mean, that would be the best way. I wouldn't go with no mini splits. You weren't happy with Broda.
Well, just with that situation. I mean, I certainly couldn't ask them to come back if they couldn't find anything. So.
What, do you got a well here?
Yeah.
Good old 3 and all 4 zones open up there, so.
Why'd you ask?
Well, because it makes a difference when you're purging. I mean, we did have all the zones. You know, we're going to give it a good flush. You said that they flushed all the antifreeze out last time. It's only good for so many years, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that antifreeze was in a long time ago, and I think it only got replaced once.
Yeah, it's only good for like 5 years, and it gets acidic. So you're really actually good to flush it out. And if you're going to put, what, do you got a unit up in the attic that you're concerned about it freezing?
Yes.
Well, the thing is, when it's calling for heat, right? Say it's cold out and you got no heat. The only time it's going to freeze is if you lose power and the circulator's not running.
Yeah.
So if it's cold out and it's calling for heat, the circulator is going to run and it's not going to freeze. It's when you lose power for 3-4 days and it's 10 degrees out.
Right.
That's when it'll freeze up there.
So when I had that done, it was before I insulated and everything up there. So I was.
So you insulated the outer shell and it's inside the outer shell?
Yes.
Yeah, you should be all right. I'd rather not have the antifreeze in it, be honest with you.
Yeah. At the time, it was, you know, I was afraid that the pipes were exposed up there, so. Like working.
I could feel the air coming out now. Can hear it.
Yeah.
Give it a good flush, you know. On vacation or just the Corona shit?
No, I went on vacation. I had to use it or I was going to lose it.
Well, you don't want to be doing that, right?
No, so this year.
Can hear all the air coming out. You hear it?
Yeah, yeah. Is that the first floor you're doing?
I don't even know what floor that
It
is.
should be marked on there. That's it. That should be the second floor.
Well, quiet it down. It's good to give it a good douche, you know. Give it a good flush.
So, you know, I just don't want to do more damage.
Well, once we change the circulator and we get it all purged good, that takes that out of the equation, right?
Yeah.
Most likely that's where the noise is coming from, I'm
That would
thinking.
be nice.
This is a nice little circulator, these Tacos. Nice little. First or second, these two most likely. And then this is the one for the storage tank over here. I'm gonna do all four. I hear it coming back. You sure it's not noise that you're hearing inside the pipes? We don't know. I mean, it's hard to
No,
say.
I don't know. I know it's when it's calling for water. That's all I know. For whatever that's worth.
Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to flow water through this system, which is the so once there's water flowing through this one, if it's making noise without the circulator, then we know it's the coil, right? Because now we're flowing water through this zone. Go over there and put your hand on it and see if it vibrates like you were talking about. Because we're putting water through that coil now, right?
I hear a vibration. It's not the same though.
It's not the same.
No, it's not the same as it was.
Because right now we're putting water through that, and it's going out the hose.
Yeah.
Right?
I could just hear like.
So actually, we're getting a good flow because I got the, we're getting a good flow. So I'm hoping that that's gonna take care of it for you.
It'll be nice.
There don't seem to be no air in it.
Yeah, I mean, all I hear is water flowing. It's definitely not the same sound.
We'll pull this hose off of here and we'll start it up and see what happens here. And we'll turn it on and we'll see if your noise goes away. Takes 90 seconds for them to come on. Is that the hum you're hearing?
No. That sounds like a transformer.
That's not the hum you're hearing.
That sounds like a transformer to me.
That's a transformer hum.
No. Definitely not the sound.
I can hear a little humming.
I can
Yeah,
hear
like
the
this
hum.
one right here.
Yeah, I can hear
This
the
one
hum.
here's got a little hum to it. You could feel it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, go up there and put your ear to that thing. You can hear that one humming.
Well, I can hear it from here.
That one right there.
Yeah, I can hear it from
All right?
here. Yep.
No, that's easy to change. It's only 110 to 24. You want to go up there and hear that?
I can hear it from here.
That's the one.
Yeah. But that's not the sound, though.
You sure?
Yes. I mean, if you think it has to be changed, change it. I mean, you know, that's...
Well, let's slide it up. It's gonna come up to speed before this thing will kick on.
So the circulator's not running yet?
Not yet. It's not a cold start. It maintains temperature, I think, doesn't it? No, it's a cold start. On, yeah, it's on right now because that said on, right? Yeah, it's on, so it is calling. Yeah, it's definitely running. Why don't you go upstairs and see if you can hear the...
I don't hear it here.
Well, let me turn all these valves on.
I can put the hot water on?
It is on. See it on? So go upstairs and you can hear the vibration. Yeah, it's calling. That one's calling for heat. Check the tank. Tank was good. This one don't seem to be as loud.
Definitely a lot different.
Better?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do the burner cleaning.
We'll see what happens in the next couple of nights. But I think you got it. You do full system installs and stuff like that?
I do, yeah, if I have to.
You don't like to do that?
I don't mind it. I do mostly repair work.
Yeah.
I do some installs. Like my customer has a boiler that's leaking or something. I'll do it. But I can't be doing installs and repairs at the same time. You just don't have the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Only got so many hours in the day. See, you know I'm new here. I'm just gonna change this filter straight up. Put a brand new one in it. Start from scratch. So what did the other guys say when you called them and you told them they didn't fix the problem?
I was not very happy at the time, so I just let them know that I wasn't happy about shipping out all that money, and when all was said and done, they still didn't fix it.
$600?
Yeah, it was actually, I think, more than that. But I don't remember exactly what the numbers were, but they were high.
I wouldn't be a happy camper.
So I let them know that I wasn't happy. Well, what am I going to do, you know?
That's the $1 million question, right?
Yeah. Just made me know that they wouldn't be coming back for any repairs.
Yeah, you don't want to start changing shit unless you're pretty much sure about it, you know? I mean, something like a circulator's got a bad bearing on it. It's like kind of internally. Seeing it's 20 years old, I mean, definitely. So worth trying. So we're gonna start with a new filter, new nozzle. Make sure we get a good oil flow, and we'll be ready to rock and roll here. That's what they call a QB burner. Warren McLean. I don't know. They're all right. I'm not saying that they just probably wouldn't be my first pick. As far as for cleaning that thing, it's kind of tight in there to get, you know, a brush in it and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of that burner. I mean, I have parts for it in the truck. I think I got a transformer for it. And all the other parts will fit that on a Beckett.
Well, like I said, I'm thinking about building another house. So I mean, that's why I was asking if you did installs, but.
On a new house, no. I mean, it's just too much work for me.
Yeah.
I'm only one guy, right? And it's just me and the dog. So I kind of there's a call for a guy like me to go around fixing shit. Know what I mean?
Yep.
And we'll leave all the new installs for the new young whippersnappers that want to make a name in the world here. You know.
It seems like the installs would be easy work.
Well, I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying that you can't be doing installs and repairs at the same time.
I get it. Yeah.
Because if you're doing installs and people calling you to fix shit,
yeah, you're taking up a lot of time.
You can't. So I built my business on repairs, so I got to be available.
Makes sense to me.
If I needed the money and I was broke, well, maybe then I would do it, but that's not the case. This thing's gonna slide back. The old QB burner. You don't see too many of these around. The old QB burner. And this will spin, go straight back. There's a screw in the back here, I gotta loosen up. It should slide straight back. Yeah, the old QB burner. Like I said, I don't work on a lot of these, but should be able to. She's a crusty one. Pull these two off. She's really crusty. Wow, it's been a while since he's worked on this thing. Yeehaw. Real QB burner. It's a 70, 75, 70A. She's a crusty one, Mr. Grinch. She's crusty. Clean all this up good. She's a crusty one, Mr. Grinch. Looks like they're kind of all cracked. Them electrodes. As long as they're working, I guess we'll be okay. How long has it been since you changed the nozzle on this thing?
It's probably a couple of years.
Yeah.
Looking bad?
Yeah, well, we cleaned it up, put a new nozzle in there. The electrodes are kind of like all iffy. As long as they're working, I'm good, you know? That's where that was. Let's see if that's where it needs to be. Yeah, 75. That's where that needs to be. That's 75 to 125. And 125 to 150, and I believe this is 175 up here. kind of a queer setup, you know. Yeah, it's just a weird burner. Call it a QB. QB burner. Let's see how it fires. QB. Alright, so I get a new nozzle in there. Let's see what it does. New nozzle, new filter. Takes 90 seconds for that zone to call. Check our draft. Got our oil, new filter at the tank, which was okay. Got a new nozzle in here. Like I said, it takes 90 seconds for it to call because it's zone valves. Must be a cold start. See that right there is what we want for draft. That's good. So you're lucky that it's not all full of soot. You know? Okay, not bad. Good. Successful. The only thing that's questionable is that transformer up there, which he knows about it, right? You know about that. That one on that side is running a little rough. If you're still getting a noise, I would change that for sure. I think the circulator is what it was. We'll find out.
No more bugging.
We'll put a new circulator. You put a new circulator in there. The circulator, which circulates the water, we think that's what was bad, but we put a new one in there. Replace circulator, filter at tank, new nozzle, clean burner head, good draft over fire. We did purge all the zones. It's gonna do it. You think the noise is gone now?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard it yet.
Put it that way. I just left that job, and that guy seems to think I found the problem. I think it was a circulator. Maybe it's whining noise in the barren. It's like 25 years old, so we changed the circulator out. Them Tacos seem to be a lot quieter than them B&Gs, so that might have been what the issue was. I told him there's a transformer up on top that's questionable, but he don't seem to think that's the noise. I told him how to change it if he has to. He's kind of does electronics, so I told him to check it. You know, check it the way it's wired now with the high and low range on the transformer, and if he changes it, to make sure the other one's hooked up the same, because you don't want to buck them two transformers. So he knows how to change that if he wants to. Did the burner cleaner? That's a QB burner. You don't see too many of them around. That came on that Wow McLean. That's a QB burner from Wow McLean, not the greatest burner in the world. The electrodes, looks like the electrode were a little bit on the crack side there, but they seem to be working fine, so we left it. I don't think I have the electrodes for that in the truck, for that QB burner. I'd have to get that. I might. I'd have to look through my stash. Miss Molly, you're looking very stylish today, Miss Molly. You're looking very stylish today, Miss Molly. You're looking very stylish. Looking very stylish today, Miss Molly. Anyway, another satisfied customer, Mama. Another satisfied customer.